said, good. Check up on her. And I said, sure. We love to see people like y'all commiserate because it's high vibrational all the time. And I said, I don't know what made me sit there and chop it up some more shit. I couldn't chop it up the whole time you doing this, boo. God said, but it's work time. They gotta cut everything short. I said, yeah, I like coming down here and doing this and getting that and doing this and doing that. I am a fixed sign too, and you fixed too. I say, yeah, and they are, boo. This message is for Pisces women. What up, Pisces women? What it do, G? How you doing, boo? I said, shit, I need to learn how to do that too. But these little Rudy Poot ass niggas don't know what to do with something like you, boo. I'd rather be with you, oh yeah. Said I'd rather be with you, ooh, ooh. And that's what you need to know too. I said, I'm gonna see how things go tomorrow. And if it goes the same way, it's gonna be my regular thing too. And I said, ain't that the truth, boo? Change in the air. Transformation is key. I said, bitch, you is her. Hey, you. You act like I don't know who you is. I know who you is, boo. What it do? And that's somebody's truth here, boo. It says tiptoeing. It says acting shady, sneaking around, and avoid getting caught. Someone saying, you know what? I don't even want them to know that I'll be chopping it up and chit-chatting and doing this and doing that. I'm going to keep that on the low. And God said that's what he do here too. It says knocked up. It says pregnancy, baby on the way and expecting. So someone going to end up getting knocked up or somebody already knocked up. And they like, shit, we got to tell somebody. Somebody knocked up at an early age. And they don't know how this happened. And grandma said, that's what you need to know here too. It says hung up is here. It says fixated, obsessive attachment and focusing in. Someone is looking like, yeah, somebody's belly gonna start showing out of nowhere. And that's someone's truth, boo. Yeah, mind games. It says manipulation, gaslighting, and scare tactics are here. We have body shaming. It says low self-esteem, negative body image, and feeling judged. Grandma says, shit, you ain't feeling that way, but other people are. And grandma said, that's what you need to know here too. I said, yeah, that one could have just allowed for something to happen, but he did what he should have done, which makes her feel amazing without needing to do all that. Grandma said that's what he did here too. Salty as hell. It says feeling wrong, bitter, and dramatic and jealousy. So there's something about a situation that's going down, but you know what? We can't do nothing about it. And I said, don't we know it, boo? We can't do a motherfucking thing about it here too. Yeah, we have numbing is here. It says self-medicating, drinking away problems, distracting, and substance abuse. So someone could be knocked up, pregnant, and doing cocaine at a very young age. And we don't know how this person got a hold of this or who's been around because every time we think that they're sound asleep, they're not. He's getting a whiff of this. And he's starting to realize that shit, I think you're going to be worse than your mama. And God said that's what he knows here too. Somebody going to be worse than their mama. And we're going to have damage control 24/7, 7 days a week. And somebody needs to know that, boo. Damage control. Yeah, we have liftoff is here coming out with last straw. It says fast action, progression forward. The wait is over. Someone is saying, you know what? That one chick did this. And say, you know what? I know how to get a hold of people. without people knowing that I ever been around in some type of way. Someone put somebody up to this, and God said, that's what you need to know here too. Yeah, last straw, limitations, breaking point, and overwhelm. Someone is saying, you know what? I quit. I gotta focus on just this and not that. I quit. And that's what someone is gonna do. Quit out of nowhere. And that's someone's truth. Yeah. It says adulting is here, mature efforts, being responsible, and keeping shit in check. God said, you know what? That's what you got to do. I said, that's how that one got to where they're at, because someone was always focused and fixated on what they was doing. And grandma said, that's what you need to know here too. The focus is here. Focusing in on what they need to focus in on. Yeah, it says keeping it 100. It says honesty, showing true colors, transparent intentions. So someone is saying, shit, how y'all expect me to be okay with not getting revenge? Someone is getting revenge or getting back at someone from something that happened years ago. Yeah, we have turned this here. So it says party animal, sex, drugs, and alcohol, indulging in the surface pleasures. And someone is saying, yeah, y'all almost turned me into a crackhead or something like that. So I had to pay y'all back. Like I had to stand on my own 2 feet. Yeah, these cards fell out in reverse. It says sorry for not sorry, unremorseful, avoiding accountability, neglecting responsibility, but it's coming out in reverse. Someone is taking responsibility for their actions now. And someone is saying, you know what? I deserve this. My apologies in some type of way here too. This came out in reverse too. Spiritual narcissist. It says spiritually egotistical. Okay, I can't even say the word. Superiority. Okay, complex. It took a minute. It says special. Okay, it says spiritual manipulation here too. So someone is not feeling that way. Okay, they're feeling very remorseful for how things were taken down and put up over here, and how things were shifted, and they're feeling remorseful. Tell me more. Yeah, we have an imposter is here. It says fraud, stolen identity, faking it. SOS, it says distress, acting urgency, and assistance needed. And then we have petty. It says immature, small-minded, and insignificant drama. And that's what has been going on. But someone has some form of remorse now. Yeah, the overall energy, it says high vibe and it's here. Yeah, good vibes, living to the fullest and enjoying the present. So someone is really, shifting their energy to not be as petty or to be uh, as mean as they were or evil. Tell me more for Pisces women. Like they did this on purpose. No one will never suspect this. So we have 2 cards flipping over. It says, I am the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. And then we have, I am with you, giving you courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine, life purpose. And the overall energy, it says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. I'm also getting something about fact checker is here, checking the facts. So it says, it's not what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. Yeah, we have the next card. It says, each house or estate reflects its owner. And then it says, feelings of loneliness. Instead of dancing with your friends, you prefer to stay in the background. So that's your message. Bye.